Hi, I'm on a bit of a roll today. This is my 4th intro. Obviously the videos won't come out that quick because I have to do the actual video bit, but I like to get the intros out of the way and then I've got something to work on and I don't have to worry about sort of front facing and moving cameras, etc, etc. I'm just thinking there, with me moving my hands about so much, I decided to put subtitles, see what the subtitles look like on one of my videos. And I think I talk a little bit fast because the subtitles were struggling to keep up with me. I know I do. Apologies if it causes a problem. I'm certainly a talker, shall we put it that way. But the question we're going to do today is, I talked about making items for Dollycon, hadn't I? And I said each week I would look at a doll that I'd been making for. So I said I was only going to make for that doll for the full week. So the question being is, have you met an Ari doll? Now, she's super cute. She is a little vintage tiny weeny doll. Again, you'll have seen some of them from, I'm grabbing one out of my bag now. Well, I'm trying to get one. Which one shall I have? I have a few in here. We'll go for this one, I think. Ta-da! This is, with also a dress attached to her, is a vintage Ari doll. She is, I think, older than I am, and I'm what, coming up 57. So she's definitely vintage. Does that mean I'm vintage? I think I'm vintage too. They are super cute, very collectible. I didn't have one as a child. I would have loved to have had one as a child, but I didn't even know about them. I know I've got a lot of peers, sort of people my age group, that did have them. So perhaps some areas did, some areas did. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. But I can't say it was something I'd seen. I would have loved it if I had, because I always like little tiny dollies. So I've been making items. So she's got a little dress on here. I've been making items for the Ari doll all week. It's taken a little bit longer than a week, so I had to pause, because when I'm using a small hook, I do sort of end up getting sort of shoulder pain if I'm doing it constantly, which is what I've been doing. But I've finished now. So we're going to have a look at what I've made. And I've got other ideas, other things I'd like to make, but I'm trying to be really strict with myself rather than sort of wandering off somewhere and not getting everything finished. So every doll that I do for Dollycon has to have a collection of clothes. If at the end I have a little bit of time, I'll go on and make some other items. But we're counting down. End of July is not far away. So I'm going to introduce you to my little Ari dolls here and explain why they're called Jasons and things like that. It's just a bit of a joke between everybody. It means a lot to the people who collect them that I know. So we've got Jason. Even my grandchildren refer to them as Jasons. So we're going to have a look at the dolls, and I'm going to show you some of the outfits that I did as well. And then I can pop them to one side and we'll move on to another doll. So we're going to go top down. I have my little basket full of bits and pieces, and let me know if you've had one of these. Let me know if you had lots of them. I know people who collect them have quite a few. I've got a few, not as many as others, but I do have a few because they're so tempting. I mean, just look at that little face. Really a little bit scary sometimes, but it's still super, super cute. So let's go top down and have a look what I've made. And that's my next section for Dollycon. I will see you in a second. So here I am with the little Ari doll outfits that I am making for Dollycon. I'm already a week behind. There's a surprise. I'm always behind, but I always get there eventually, so I don't worry about it. It's not worth the stress. I think I overdo things anyway. I do too many things, but it's sometimes best to have more than less. So here are some of my little Ari dolls here. I have 2 that have gone rogue. One that, in fact, no, 3 that have gone rogue, thinking about it. I've got one that my daughter's got, that's Rosie, and because she's making some little hats and things for her for Dollycon as well. I have a little partner to this one, a little girl one, so that's missing. Now, this is an original outfit. I really don't know. Sometimes I think, should I take them off so I can dress them in mine, or should I really keep them in their original? I don't know. He's been in this outfit for so long, and I just don't, I mean, it's even coming apart. Look, you can see how they were sort of just basically glued on most of their outfits. These are another 2 that are in an original outfit, I'm guessing, but I could be wrong because it does look, can you see the hand stitching on it? But again, I'm like, do I take the outfits off or don't I? Got those 2 together. Now, this one's got a little dress on. The little dresses are quite cute, and I'm pretty sure this is an original. A lot of ribbon was used, sort of like for their underwear and things like that. So I do think that is an original one. Again, umming and ahhing. I think I will take her out of an outfit, but I will decide eventually. Now, this one's uber cute. This one came, I didn't actually intend to buy this one. It came with 2 of the others. I did a video a while back and you'll see how I got sort of some of them free. It was really odd. I was actually buying the tea set and it said if you bought that, the dolls were included. So I was like over the moon because I got them at a really good price as well, and it just added to my little collection. I love this one. I have a baby in a tin as well that I got from Dollycon last year, and I'm a little bit stressed because I can't find that one either. But again, it's because it's so cute in this little tin. Again, it's somewhere safe, so it'll be in a drawer or somewhere, so I will sort it out. Now, these 2 little monkeys here are dressed in outfits that I've made, because you'll find quite often you will buy them with no clothes on, because obviously the clothes have deteriorated, people have took them off, people have played with them, etc, etc. So these 2 little guys have got some of my outfits on, so we can see. So we have the little romper suit, he's got a little dinosaur on his, and a little dress there as well. Now, I've talked to a lot of people about these dolls. I didn't know about them at all till I went to Dollycon. We met a lady there. I mean, now she's a friend, but it was somebody I didn't know at the time, and they were all talking about Jasons. Like, what on earth's a Jason? As it turns out, a Jason is this person's Ari doll, and it was named Jason from her being a child. So then all the others also became Jasons. So it became sort of a bit of a group that various people at Dollycon had a Jason, as we called them. The original Jason, bless him, he's only got 1 arm at the moment. He's certainly a very well-loved doll. So yeah, they've all become Jasons, although I have sort of renamed mine. You'll see there's a J and a J on here because the clothing, I've called it Gillian Jason. Bit of a Fred and Florence. I can't even speak. A Fred and Florence like Tesco. But yes, mine's Gillian Jason. But then I wasn't going to name any of the others until the one came that my daughter's now got, which was Rosie. And I named her Rosie because she's got little red rosy cheeks and she's so cute. So yeah, I have started naming them different. But Jason is the main guy. He is the main one. He's the one that set it all up. And how people have got involved at Dollycon with it. It's amazing. With it. So silly pictures of Jason and things. So this has got nothing to do with what I'm talking about, really. I just found this deck chair. I just thought it was super cute. And I took some photographs the other day of one of them in the deck chair. I don't even know where I got it from. I've got a feeling it was a craft shop product. So let's have a look what we're going in here. So as I mentioned, I do package them up. So I do sort all that out. So we've got a little cape hood thing there. I've got some headbands. They look super cute with little headbands on. Because the hair is like a rubber painted on, it just gives them that little bit extra. So they're quite cute. And I've got a couple of little bags there. I do have some bags to finish, but I've said no, move on to the next doll. For now, I've got some partially made so I can finish them later. So there's some little bags there as well. So going on to things that perhaps are not crochet. I know they are, but I've got a couple of other things in here. I've got a little sort of bed set, which I thought was quite sweet. So the sewing machine does come out occasionally, but then I do a lot of hand stitching on them as well. So we've got little bed sets there. We've got some little cross stitch. Now I've had these for a while and they were boxed away. I made them some time ago and I don't know, I just never really did much with them. So I thought I'm going to package them up, and I thought, again, perfect 12th scale or Jason's, you know, it can go for anything. It can go for Pippa's as well. Because, I mean, I do make Pippa items and that is predominantly 12th scale because she fits quite nicely in a 12th scale doll's house. So I think we're on to crochet now. I've got some little throws, some little blankets to go on their beds. I thought that was quite sweet to have. What else have we got in here? I've got so many bits and bobs. I showed in my short, one of the shorts, my little hot water bottles. Because I found it really hard to find tiny hot water bottles. They are actually little plastic hot water bottles in there. And then I made the little crochet covers for them. I thought they were cute. Again, they're all going to be bagged up. That's what we're going to get. Oh, we've got some Christmas hats. We have some Christmas hats. Who wants to put a Christmas hat on? These fit quite nicely. Yeah, because Jason has to celebrate Christmas. It's quite an important time of the year for him. So we have a few of those. I do like the Christmas hats. We'll take that one off. What else do you fancy modelling? We have some sun hats. Sun hats are always good. They have a slightly strange head shape, so sometimes a little bit hard to make things for. But yeah, we have a collection of sun hats. There is another one. I know there is another one. Or maybe I'm imagining it. There's another Christmas hat there. But we have a few different, there's a little pink one. And then we've got a different style one with a bow on. So we've got a few there. So I'm rummaging through this. As you can see, I've got to really sort them out. We have another sun hat in that yarn. Oh, we have another hot water bottle cover. So we have some sun hats. I love these little dresses that I made. I was really pleased with these. These sort of like little halter neck dresses. So I will pop some photos on the end because I did do some photos for a montage that I've got to put together, but they don't go that way like they usually do on YouTube. They're going to be that way. But I did put some little photos on, so I will put them on the end. So I was really pleased with that. That was a new style that I did, so that was good. And then we have some little tiny halters. Again, you'll see these in the photos. Look at a little lemon one, and I love this. Is using a 1-ply yarn and a 1mm crochet hook. I do like the 1mm crochet hook. These yarns sometimes can pull though. I prefer to use a cotton with a 1mm hook because these can split, but I think they've worked out quite cute. I quite like those. We have fun hats. I'm known for my hats at Dollycon. Silly hats, sort of teddy bear hats, and we have a froggy hat there. I've got some others to do, but again, I'm waiting. I need to make sure I get so much done first, otherwise I never catch up. So they look quite cute. Let's pop one of these on. I think he'll look cute with the, yeah, look at that. It goes with a little bit of green in his outfit. I think he looks quite cute in that. So do you want to keep that one on? Okay, you can keep that one on. So we have bobble hats. You always have to have a bobble hat. And we have some different dresses. Now these dresses I quite like, and I'm quite pleased with these. These are the ones that we have here. But I've also, I'll pop the dresses down a second. I've also done a set of matching hats. Ta-da! So she's got a little cloche hat to go with it. So where have we got the hats? We've got one. I know they're in there. What have I done with my hats? There is a set. That's 2. That's 3. And there is another one somewhere. Oh, I'm a nightmare. I've probably already taken it out. But I think that worked quite nicely. I love a cloche hat. I really do. I'm trying to see, there's a little hair on there. It's annoying me. There we go. So she's got the little cloche hat on. So we're going to take that one off because we're, oh, there's the other one. There's the blue one. And we're going to show you these. These are cute. These are just like a little square hat. The thing with these, you can make silly hats and it's a bit of fun. I mean, look at that. How cute. How cute does it look? So we have a few of those, a couple of different colours. We have this one, which has got like a, I suppose this is sort of quite an old school style hat because we've got the little ear flaps. And then you can tie them across if you want. I think they look quite cute without that. So there's a couple of those as well. There's another teddy bear one. We have a couple of different ones which are sort of just simple designs. One of them has a scarf, the other one doesn't because I don't know where the scarf went. We also have some little peak caps. They work quite nicely. And these, the last ones, which I'll pop her down again and bring him in, is these little dungarees. Now, they look really funny because they're a funny shape. As I said, their head's a funny shape to make for their body's even stranger. So when you're making something, you think, oh, that just looks like a tube. But it does have separate leg holes. We do have little leg holes there. And they do slide on quite nicely as little dungarees. And we've just got some odd little hats in there because sometimes I'll randomly find a piece of yarn and decide I'm making a hat with that one. So we take that hat off with you again. So basically, these are all my little Ari doll outfits thus far. I might add some bits in, but I do need to make sure each doll that I do for Dollycon has a reasonable amount of products first before I go back and sort of add on details, which I will do. I will be probably adding on some more things. So these little guys are staying with me to help me with the modelling. These are going to be going back away. I do need a way to sort of maybe, I don't know, display them. I did have something, but then I decided I didn't like it. So I don't know. I've got to find somewhere for them properly. Now, apart from the history that I know from Dollycon, I don't know a lot more about it. And I did try to have a little look online and there wasn't a great deal there, I must admit. You can see how sort of rubbery they are. The red shoes are something you always see. In fact, it's something I want to check. I did notice that there is a mark you can get. These don't seem to have any marks. I'm just pulling it towards me there. There, that's just a mold mark, not mold as in moldy, mold as in molding. So some of the larger ones, because they do come in different sizes, have got like sort of trademark marks on them. Most of the people I know, though, that have had them, or people see mine and go, oh, I had one of those, they seem to all be looking at the 1970s era. I never saw one. I don't know. I would have really wanted one. If I'd have found these, I'd have been like, oh, I need hundreds of them. But yeah, I never saw them. So I don't know whether perhaps only certain areas had them or something like that. I don't know. So I don't know. I think these, I keep saying I don't know. I really don't know. If you do know more of the history, pop a comment below. Because looking at some of these, I mean, this one, for example, looks way more vintage than some of the others. I mean, saying that 70s were vintage, I'm vintage. So yeah, and whereas this one again, because of its type of dress, feels older. And I know the company is an old company. I mean, I did jot a little bit of information down, but it sort of seemed to jump everywhere when I was trying to read it. So I wasn't sure what information was what. I mean, the company goes back all the way to 1864. But they didn't even do dolls then. And then later, the first lot of dolls they did were porcelain, not this. So again, because of its rubber structure, it's got to be after a certain date. So I'm sort of guessing, as most people I know bought them in the 70s, it's got to be maybe, what, late 60s, early 70s onwards. Probably not much beyond there. One thing I did find, though, that I'm a little bit, I don't know whether this could be the name for them, but it sort of describes them quite well. I found one page that said Ari Sponge Cake Dolls. Now, what's a sponge cake doll? Does that mean a doll that goes on a sponge cake? So it could not, perhaps it's not one of these, or does it mean because they're squishy like sponge cakes? I don't know. But predominantly it was after the Second World War. They were cheap, dirt cheap compared to what we'd pay now. These you can get for around £10 undressed. But if you're making clothes for them, you want them undressed anyway. They do sell them on eBay. They sell them on Etsy. Etsy, you'll find you're probably paying more. Although saying that, I did get a bargain. I think it was, I can't remember. This is why I think I've got somebody missing. I bought 2 on Etsy and I got a little one with it thrown in. I really do need to sort my room out. And that was quite a good deal. But on average, saying that, I'm always suspicious with eBay. Always check. If you see one on eBay, go and check on Etsy. Go and check if there's any other sort of site that you can purchase from. Even Vinted. You know, I've had the odd deal from Vinted, not for these, but for other vintage items. So definitely have a shop round. If you find one, save it perhaps. Have a look round, compare the prices. Or, of course, sometimes you just fall in love with the little face, don't you? Just get those little faces. Because they are, as much as they're the same, they are different. You'll find different paintwork on them. I mean, I've only got the 2 little blonde ones. They seem to be predominantly in the sort of the brown hair. But yeah, their faces are different. I mean, like the rubber on this one, it's almost, even though these came together, I don't know whether the sunlight does this, the colouring has completely changed. But yeah, they are the same, but they're not the same. And sometimes you can just see a little face and you go, that one's the one for me. So my daughter, I know she's sort of been looking for one. She says she only wants to get one to make the clothes. I think she's sort of really totally fallen for our little Jason, or as she calls them, the little fiends, because she says they look like they're up to something. She could be right, because I think they are. So that's basically it, my little Ari doll chat. Please pop comments below. Let me know if you've got one, or you had one, or you know more history than I do, because I was really rubbish on that side. But I get the impression they were sold worldwide, so you could have had one wherever you are in the world. So it would be lovely to find out who has and who hasn't. So my Jason crochet and items for Dollycon is going away, and I've moved on to Cindy. I wasn't going to move on to Cindy, but because I did a hat for the Smart Doll, which I will be doing as a tutorial soon, I thought, oh, that design would work well for Cindy, so I started on Cindy. She's going to get more weeks than the others anyway, because a lot of Dollycon people are Cindy based or that size doll. Cindy's head's bigger, so I do struggle with that a little bit, but bags and accessories will go for any sort of fashion doll, so they work out nicely. So I'm going to go. I'm going to leave you at that, because I'm chattering on and on and on here, and I will see you all very soon with, I have a surprise parcel coming. I can't wait. Some of you might like to see it. I will let you know as soon as it comes through, but I have some crochet to do this week as well and things like that. So see you very soon. thank you very much for watching. You know what to do if you enjoy my channel. Please like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you soon with another video. Bye bye for now.